Awesome. Nice work. You just downloaded, just requested your free download of Stop Hustling, Start Scaling. So in about 5 short minutes, go over to email and you'll see a copy of that show up in your inbox. In the meantime, on this page, you'll want to bookmark this page because this page includes links to all of the worksheets, the frameworks, the playbooks, plus in many cases, how-to videos. It's a video of me talking through those worksheets and frameworks and playbooks so that you can start putting the Q framework to work for your startup. So as an example, in chapter 4 is in a lot of ways one of my favorite chapters of the book. I mean, I like them all, but chapter 4 talks about what I call buyer vampires. These are the people that tend to kind of suck the life out of you. These are the people that are the gatekeepers and the people that are preventing you from getting forward action, forward motion in your sales. And so at the end of chapter 4, there's actually 2 worksheets that go along with that chapter. One is called 10 Ways to Determine if You're Talking to a Buyer or a Vampire. And the other worksheet is called From Hindrance to Helper. So these are 2 different worksheets, 2 different playbooks that you can use so that whenever you're confronted with a situation where you've got a buyer vampire in your sale, then you'll be able to use these frameworks to help you push through that and really take those buyer vampires from being a hindrance to a helper in your sale for your sales process. So that's just one example of the types of worksheets and frameworks that are available. So that's why you want to bookmark this page, because after you download a copy of the book and you start reading through each chapter, the best way to implement what's in the book is to read the chapter and then come over to this page, download the worksheet, and do the actual exercise that I'm prescribing for you at the end of each chapter. When you do that, it'll start putting into motion a lot of the change that you want to see in your sales process so that you can ramp up and scale up your startup as quickly as possible. So even better, if you haven't already, you might have noticed on this page, this is also the place where you can request and schedule a one-on-one scale-up session. So in that scale-up session, and I mentioned this in the book as well, in the scale-up session, what we'll do is look at your sales process right now. We'll look at where you need to go over the next 12, 24, 36 months. And then from getting to where you want to go based on where you are today, and we can use the Q framework, we can use this book as our basis for that conversation. And so it's a way for us to put together a customized plan of action just for you and your startup with your sales process for your customers with your product. So on this page, you'll see there's a link where you can book a scale-up session. So you can click that link, schedule that session, and then after we see that you've booked in that session, we'll send a bunch of prep material for you so that we can get the most out of the time that we've got. So great job downloading a copy of the book. Make sure you bookmark a copy of this page. And then most importantly, when you're ready, go ahead and book that scale-up session so we can put together a custom plan of action and make sure that you're implementing everything that we're talking about in this book for your startup. So really good to see you here. I'm excited that you're on board with the book. Make sure you share this with a friend or 10. Because what I want to get as many startup founders, and especially on the enterprise B2B side, reading this book and implementing this Q framework, because I know that it works. It works for our clients every single day. It's worked for me over the last 20 years of enterprise selling, and I know it'll work for you and a lot of your colleagues out there in the startup world. So that's it for now. It's good to see you. Good to have you here, and looking forward to working with you on implementing the Q framework and helping you ramp up and scale up your sales process.